In this tutorial, I'm showing you step by step how to make this stunning key lime pie entremet cake. I'll show you how to master 9 essential entremet layer techniques, how I reimagined the classic key lime pie, and how to build every layer of the cake from start to finish. My name is Jytte Lindberg and I'm a self-taught cake artist and recipe developer. Welcome back to another episode of my baking series from classic to iconic, where I turn classic desserts into modern entremet cakes. In this episode, I'm recreating the classic key lime pie by turning it into an entremet cake. This video will teach you how to master 9 different entremet layer techniques. A crumbly biscuit crust base, a crispy lime and feuilletine crunch, a velvety lime custard, a creamy mascarpone whipped ganache, a smooth lime broken gel, an airy white chocolate and lime mousse, a shiny mirror glaze, a transparent glaze, and a creamy Chantilly whipped ganache. You can find the full recipe on my website, which you can access with a subscription. If you want to learn more about how to make elegant, layered and delicious entremet cakes, you can now check out my online course, Master Entremet Cakes at Home, where I show you how to create professional quality cakes from start to finish, right from your own kitchen. Inside the course, I teach you my 5-step formula that I use for all my cakes: cake base, crunch, creamy element, mousse and decoration. You'll also learn how to make 5 of my signature entremet cakes, different glazing techniques, discover recipe development and cake design, and also receive PDF troubleshooting guides and Excel recipe course material, giving you everything you need to start creating your own cakes at home. Alright, let's get started! The traditional key lime pie consists of a pie biscuit crust, but since we're turning the classic dessert into an entremet, I chose to reimagine this layer as a biscuit crust base that will go inside the cake. I love using digestive biscuits for this, as they have a rich and buttery flavor that perfectly balances the fresh lime layers. I make the biscuit base by first blending biscuits into crumbs, mixing in melted butter, salt, and a bit of lime zest to add a bit of freshness to the layer. I then spread the biscuit base in a pastry ring, level the surface with a glass, and put the cake in the fridge while preparing the crunch layer. A classic key lime pie doesn't contain any crunch, but since we're taking the dessert from classic to iconic, I knew I wanted to introduce more textures. I therefore decided to make a crunch layer and focus the flavor on lime by adding lots of lime zest. To make the crunch, I start out by melting white chocolate and then mix in feuilletine, biscuit cream, salt and lime zest. I'm using white chocolate for the crunch layer, as that allows the lime flavor to shine through. I spread the crunch on top of the biscuit base, level the layer with a glass and a spoon, and put the cake back in the freezer while preparing the lime custard. The hero element of the classic key lime pie is of course the lime custard, the creamy, zesty filling that the dessert is known for. The traditional custard is baked into the biscuit crust, but since we're making an entremet cake, I had to work around this a bit differently. Some key lime pie cakes use a no-bake custard filling with cream cheese, but I really wanted to stay true to the original. So I decided to bake the custard insert to get that fully creamy texture and flavor that we know from the classic, while I'm also making a small custard insert that will go on top of the cake as decoration. I start out by mixing lime juice, condensed milk, egg yolks and lime zest in a bowl with a hand mixer until combined. I then pour a 2.5 cm layer of custard in a 16 cm diameter mold, as that will fit the other cake layers that we have inside the cake. I bake the custard in a water bath by adding boiling water that reaches about halfway up the height of the filling, so around 1.2 cm. I bake this first insert for 28 to 32 minutes at 130 degrees conventional oven until the sides are set and the center only has a slight jiggle. Since we only can bake one insert at a time, I'm now preparing the smaller custard insert that will go on top of the cake. I here fill a 1 cm layer in a pastry ring and bake the custard for 10 to 14 minutes until the sides are set and it also only has a slight jiggle in the middle. Then both inserts need to freeze until they're firm enough to release from the mold without breaking. I here brush a little melted chocolate onto the crunch layer and carefully place the lime custard on top, where I ensure that it attaches to the crunch without any air bubbles or any gaps. We'll demold the small custard insert later on. Then I put the cake back in the freezer while preparing the mascarpone whipped ganache. The classic pie usually has whipped cream on top as decoration, and I wanted to recreate this balance of crust, custard and cream inside the cake. I here chose to make a mascarpone whipped ganache, as I think the rich flavor and creamy texture from mascarpone resembles classic whipped cream without adding too much sweetness. I start out by chopping white chocolate and putting it in a jug. I cut the vanilla bean and scrape out the seeds. We then heat heavy cream and vanilla seeds almost to a boil and pour it over the white chocolate. After it's set for around 1 minute, I blend to combine, add cold heavy cream and blend again. Using both hot and cold heavy cream ensures a smooth emulsion, prevents splitting and helps the ganache whip up light and airy. Lastly, I add lots of mascarpone and blend to combine. I pour the cream in a bowl, cover it with cling film and let it set for minimum 3 hours in the fridge. Once it's set, I whip it to medium peaks with a hand mixer and spread a 1.5 cm layer of mascarpone whipped ganache on top of the set lime custard. I level the surface with a spoon and put the cake back in the freezer while preparing the lime broken gel. To add even more lime flavor to the cake and take the classic to the next level, I decided to make a lime broken gel, because this layer has a pure lime flavor that I think gives the cake that fresh and zesty twist that perfectly balances the other layers, as lime after all is the main flavor of this cake. I start out by heating lime juice, sugar and agar-agar in a small saucepan for around 1 minute until the agar-agar has been cooked to be activated. I then pour the hot mixture in a plastic container where it needs to set in the fridge before we can blend it into a smooth broken gel. This is why it is called a broken gel, because you set it as a firm gel first and then break it down into a smooth, creamy consistency. I put the gel in a piping bag and spread it onto the set mascarpone whipped ganache. I level the surface with a palette knife and a spoon, and then the cake needs to freeze fully overnight. For the mousse, I was going back and forth whether to make a fully lime-focused mousse or to break up the flavor a bit and make a combined chocolate lime mousse. In the end, I decided to go for a white chocolate and lime mousse, as we already have many zesty flavors inside the cake with a generous layer of lime custard and lime broken gel, so a fully lime focused mousse will give the cake a too harsh and acidic flavor. This combined white chocolate and lime mousse perfectly rounds off the flavors and brings a light and airy texture to the cake. I first melt white chocolate and pour it in a bowl. I then heat lime juice, heavy cream almost to a boil, whisk in soaked gelatin, and pour the hot cream over the chocolate while stirring in the middle with a spatula. After it's cooled off, I whip heavy cream to a lightly whipped cream and fold it into the chocolate mixture. I line a silicone mold with a tall piece of acetate sheet to extend the height of the mold and pour the mousse in the mold. I put in the frozen cake with the broken gel facing downwards, clean the bottom of the cake with a palette knife, and then it needs to freeze fully overnight. When I decided to make this cake, I knew I wanted to make the color scheme in a pastel green color resembling the color of lime. I therefore went for a pastel green color to decorate the cake, which will give the cake a fresh look that represents the zesty flavors inside. I here start out by making the glaze for the cake, where I first put white chocolate in a tall jug, soak gelatin sheets in cold water and put it aside while preparing the syrup. In a pot, I'm heating glucose syrup, sugar, water and heavy cream almost to a boil, whisking in soaked gelatin before pouring it over the white chocolate. I mix with an immersion hand blender and add a tiny bit of green coloring paste to get a pastel green color. Then the glaze needs to cool to 34 to 35 degrees before we can glaze the cake. Once the glaze has cooled, I place the fully frozen cake on a baking cooling rack and pour the 34 to 35 degrees hot glaze over the cake. I remove the glaze excess by moving the cake around on the baking cooling rack with 2 palette knives and place the cake on a cake plate. Now that we have glazed the cake, we can start adding the chocolate decoration. To match the green color of the glaze, I decided to make chocolate decoration in a color that would match this shade of green. I'm making chocolate ribbons that will go around the cake and also a smaller ribbon that will encase the lime custard that will go on top of the cake. I first place the whitest ribbon around the cake and then the second whitest ribbon. Now that the decoration is made, we can prepare the transparent green glaze. From the very beginning of deciding to make this cake, my plan was to place a lime custard insert on top of the cake to have the most recognizable part of the classic key lime pie visible not just inside the cake but also outside. Yet, I knew that the color of the insert would be yellow, as it's naturally yellow from the egg yolks, so in order to make the custard insert match the green color scheme of the cake, I decided to make a transparent glaze that has a slightly green tint. In a pot, I'm heating glucose syrup, sugar, water to 105 degrees. I then take the pan off the heat, whip in soaked gelatin and add strained lemon juice. I then add green food coloring paste, and here I'm adding more color than I normally would, as making a less green color will not be visible when using the glaze. I then cover the glaze with cling film and then it needs to cool to 35 degrees. Once the glaze is ready, I place the lime custard on a baking cooling rack and pour the glaze over the custard. I remove the glaze excess by running the insert along the baking rack with 2 small palette knives and carefully place it on top of the cake. And then we can move on to the final decoration, piping Chantilly with ganache. Now that we have the lime custard visible on the cake, I wanted to complete the cake design with the other visual element that we know from the classic key lime pie, decoration with whipped cream. I knew I wanted to pipe the cream around the insert to give the cake an elegant look, and since the traditional whipped cream isn't ideal for piping, I decided to make a Chantilly whipped ganache, because this gives the cream the stability we need for piping while still tasting super rich and creamy like traditional whipped cream. I make the whipped ganache by pouring white chocolate in a tall jug. I heat heavy cream and sugar almost to the boiling point, remove it from the heat and whisk in soaked gelatin. We can then pour the hot cream over the chocolate, combine with a hand blender, add cold heavy cream that will help the cream whip up nicely when set, and then hand blend again. I pour the cream in a bowl where it needs to set for minimum 3 hours before we can whip it. Once it's set, I whip the cream to medium peaks with a hand mixer and put it in a piping bag with a petal pastry tip. To make it easier to turn the cake and pipe a consistent pattern, I place the cake on a manual turntable and pipe the cream around the lime custard with one hand and turning the turntable with the other hand to create a consistent unbroken pattern. Lastly, I place the last chocolate ribbon around the piped cream and decorate the cake with white flowers, purple flowers, and green leaves for a fresh spring-summer look. And here we have the final key lime pie Entremet cake that I'm so happy about. I really love how all the original elements from the classic dessert translate into both the cake design and all the flavors inside, and the elegant green and white color scheme, which I think takes the key lime pie from classic to iconic. This cake is super fresh, it's perfect for summer. It really has this like zesty flavor. We have the crust, we of course have the custard, and we have the whipped cream transformed into mascarpone and chantilly cream that I think perfectly rounds off the flavors. We have some added textures with the broken gel, but I really think it perfectly rounds off the flavors, taking this cake from classic to iconic. I hope you get the chance to make this amazing key lime cake at home. And if you like my videos, make sure to subscribe. You can also check out my Entremet cake playlist here. See you in the next video.